Good Monday Matters. I hope you had a wonderful Sabbath and are looking forward to a new week and all the things that God has in store for you. My name is Mike Courtney, and this is Monday Matters. Every Monday, I take a few minutes and talk about something to make your life happier, healthier, and perhaps a little bit holier. My son, Jacob, sent me a little podcast this week. And a guest on the podcast was Brett McCracken, who wrote a book called Scrolling Ourselves to Death. And it was fascinating. And it got me thinking, and I'll be honest, it kind of put me under conviction. And the idea of the podcast was to talk about how much we use, even to the point of being addicted, we use our screens, particularly our cell phone. But our tablet, our computers, are just the screens, and it's difficult for me to sit and watch a football game on television without also having my phone or my tablet in front of me and doing two or three things at one time. And so it's not healthy. And so I thought I'd take just a minute and talk about this and actually give us some goals. We are today is September the 29th, I think. We are 2 days away from starting a new month, and maybe suggest a challenge for the month of October. So we'll get to that in a moment. Here's some statistics I jotted down. I went on my screen and I found some statistics. 57% of Americans say they feel addicted to their cell phone. In Gen Zers, and young people are more comfortable, more used to, and so probably have a higher rate, but I don't know that it's a lot higher. But in Gen Zers, the average use is 6 hours and 5 minutes per day. 6 hours and 5 minutes a day they are actually on their phones. 36% say that they could not go, of all Americans say they could not go 24 hours without their phone. And the average person looks at their phone somewhere around 300 times a day. So I did the math on that. That's 19 times an hour. That means at least once every 3 minutes, I'm picking up my phone and checking it. Why is that? Well, part of it is there's a chemical addiction to that. Every time I pick up my phone and look at it, I get a little hit of adrenaline and being old is a terrible thing. Of endorphins, a little hit of endorphins. And it's a feel-good chemical, and I feel better. And every time I pick my phone, my brain, they're geared for that. And so we become chemically addicted to picking up our telephone. And I don't think it's good. I don't think it's healthy, and I certainly think it keeps us away from doing some other things. 3 things I thought I need to try to do, at least in terms of my own phone use. One is to be aware. I just want to be aware more of how much I'm using the phone, to acknowledge it, not just let it be an idle habit, but at least say I am picking up my telephone right now, and to be mindful about that. The second thing is to be intentional. Okay, why am I picking up my telephone? Am I picking up my phone because there are things I need to do, something I need to check? I'll be perfectly honest. I am not important enough that I can't go 10 or 15 or 20 minutes without returning a phone call or a text or an email. So why am I doing this? Am I just doing this to kill time? And then finally, be proactive. Put some other things in place that take the time away from that. I'm ashamed to say this, but I will go ahead and say it. Only in the last few months did I really take the time to set my cell phone so that it doesn't work when I'm driving. Now, I don't think I texted and drove a lot, but I will admit, every once in a while, a text would come in. I think, I need to answer this. So I finally, in the last 3 or 4 or 5 months, just set it where it just doesn't work while I'm driving. So at least I have that time to not be on my cell phone. So in fact, I jotted down 5 goals for the month of October. And I just share these with you. Let's see. I'm going to do it. Maybe you want to do it. Maybe we kind of talk to each other about, maybe we post on Facebook so we each see See, it's hard to get away from this thing. But here are 5 things. Number 1, and this may be the biggest of all, take a Sabbath break during the month of October. During the month of October, I am pledging to set my phone aside on Sunday, and not be on my phone, not use my phone on Sunday, to just set it aside. I can go 12 or 15 hours without using my phone. And so at least from sun up to sundown on Sunday, I'm going to take a Sabbath break. Here's number 2. Eat 1 meal a day without my phone in the room. Be intentional. I've started that already. Be intentional of setting my phone in the other room at least 1 meal a day. Not have it in my pocket. Certainly not have it laying on the table. Just not have my phone near me. At least 1 meal a day. Here's number 3. Do 1 activity a week where I do not have my phone. So I did this today. I play tennis, and I will admit that sometimes in the changeover, it's an easy thing to just pick up my phone and check it. And so I said, I'm putting my phone deep in my tennis bag, zipping it up. I'm not going to check my phone for the 2 hours I'm playing tennis. Now, I play tennis 3 or 4 times a week. I may need to do an addiction thing about that. But at least 1 time a week, do 1 activity where I completely set my phone aside and don't use it. The last 2 are not specifically about the phone, but they are the results of not being on your phone all the time. Number 4, read a book. In the month of October, read a book. Doesn't have to be a long one. Just get a book and say, I'm going to read a book from cover to cover in the month of October. And then here's number 5. Boy, this is going to make me sound old-fashioned. Use your physical Bible for the month of October. Just use a physical Bible where you pick it up, it has weight to it, you turn the pages. I tell you honestly, I try to use I don't. I'll be candid, I don't. But if I did, try to use my phone as my Bible, I guarantee you, as soon as the Lord starts speaking to me about something, the devil's going to make me get a text, or even I see something in Scripture and I think, oh man, I'm going to Google that and see more about that. No. So for the month of October, these 5 things. Take a Sabbath break. Do 1 meal a day with the phone in the other room. Do 1 activity a week where you don't have your phone with you. Eat 1 meal a day. I said that already, didn't I? Number 4, read a book. And number 5, use a physical Bible. Let's just try. Let's see what happens. And I know, believe me, the hypocrisy of this is not lost on me, that I'm recording this on my iPad. I'm hoping you watch it on your phone. I know, I'm not saying we can get rid of it or should get rid of it, but we can manage. We can be better stewards of this, and I encourage you to do that. Scrolling Ourselves to Death by Brett McCracken is the name of the book. If you want to, that might be the book that you read during the month of October. Well, thanks for being a part of this. Now, here I go. I'm going to post something every day about this on Facebook or Instagram. Don't look at it during that mealtime. Don't look at it while you're doing that 1 activity, but at other times, you can follow along. Thanks for being part of this. Let me know, like, subscribe, all the things that you do when you're on your phone. Have a great day.